Hey there, Aquarius, and welcome to your week of May 17th, 2021 tarot reading. About to hit you up with a general vibe card here, and then we're going to do a 4-card spread, past, present, future, and an outcome, and then we'll do clarifiers for all those cards. Hopefully everything's going good for you, Aquarius. But before we get underway, remember these are general readings, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't try to make something fit that doesn't, and don't try to make something happen that fits your narrative because you think that this is how things should progress. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not, right? But I think we've done enough shuffling of this deck, so let's get your general vibe card. So for you, the general vibe is the co-create card, which is a card of sort of universe trying to work with you to make your own unique path. And that you are constantly creating things and you are creating your own unique path. Like, it may seem similar to a lot of people's, because like there's so many of us in the world, right? We're all kind of going, like, we all have similar starting points, right? Especially people that you live with, like you live and grew up with, right? They all have very similar starting points, but everyone is kind of going on their own unique path. Like, you may not feel that way, but you are, right? You are treading your own unique way, cutting through. So just be aware of that. You are your own unique person. So I like that. But before we get you your 4-card spread, remember that you can leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and you can even share the video if you feel so inclined. But before we go on, we'll get this deck one last little shuffle and see what we got for you, Aquarius. So in your past, Aquarius, you got Capricorn popping up with the Devil. So maybe you've been dealing with the Capricorn in your past, or maybe you've been being manipulated lately by someone, or maybe you've even been manipulating someone, because that's what the Devil can represent. It can be manipulation, whether it's you or someone else. So be mindful of that, right? Sometimes we think we're being we're just telling people how it is or asking them how to do it, asking people to do something, and we are actually manipulating them in a way, and it can be very bad. So just be mindful of that. But the Devil can also represent sort of like a thing like addiction, right? Where the chains are on, right? You see the lovers here are chained to the Devil. But the thing is, the chains aren't on actually tight. It's not like a noose around their neck. It's actually pretty light, and they could take those chains off at any time. So let's just say, like, you can, like, for example, with addiction, as I mentioned, you can, like, you may feel like, you need to smoke, for instance, in your life, and it has to happen, and you always has to, like, you just got to do it. That's how I live stress-free. But there are other ways. You could stop smoking at any time. It's gonna suck, but like, eventually you will overcome it, and you will overcome the addiction. The same goes for like anything, that any sort of addictive substances or addictive patterns in your life. You can overcome them. It's not like super easy, but you do have that option. Like, you always can overcome them. But the Devil also can represent you just enjoying your physical life. So but remember, do it in moderation, or else you do end up going down that addiction path. But that's in your past. So maybe you've been thinking about quitting something, like some sort of addictive habit, or maybe you've realized someone in your life has kind of not been the best for you. Or maybe you've just been really enjoying your physical world at this time. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? They're naked on there for a reason, right? But this is leading to, in your present, the 6 of Pentacles, which is a card of balance and generosity as well. And generosity in that you give people what they need, right? You don't give them too much or too little, but you give them just what they need. You can see this guy is giving a 3 and a 2 of Pentacles to these other 2 people on the card. And he's giving one 3 because he needs it more, and he's giving the other one 2 because he doesn't need a 3rd pentacle. He just needs 2 to get by, right? And he's also keeping one for himself because you don't give so much that it hurts you. You give enough, but you make sure you still take care of yourself, right? It's kind of like I see, sometimes I see online, some people are talking about like how they're like, we need to take care of the homeless problem in some other country. And it's like, can we take care of the homeless problem in our country first? Right? Like, make sure you're good before you start, going trying to take care of someone else's problems, right? Like, make sure your problems are solved first. So something like that, right? You want to just make sure you're good before you start giving out, right? And make sure you're fine that way as well. So I feel like you're coming, like I say, maybe you're overcoming an addiction. You're trying to take more of a balanced approach now. You're trying to be a little more like, okay, I've been feeding into this addiction for however long now, and it's like, I'm done with it because now I can spread the wealth amongst myself now. Like I can spread it to more areas of my life, right? Like you ever see like those, someone will say like, if you just quit smoking, you would be, you could save up enough money to buy a Ferrari, right? Because you smoke so much or whatever. That kind of an idea, right? Maybe not necessarily you're gonna buy a Ferrari, but like you could save a bunch of money if you didn't smoke or drink so much or whatever, right? Like whatever that is. So there is a better path. It may not seem as fun or as possible at the moment, but you can overcome this. This is leading to the King of Wands, which is a card going after what you want. And like, it's very, very rare that the King of Wands doesn't get what he wants, right? And he goes after it very boldly, very passionately. He's not ashamed of what he's going after either. So maybe like you're trying to like quit something, and the reason why you're trying to quit something is very simple. You're just trying to quit it so like you don't have to do something anymore. One of the, like, I used to think like I'd love to do tarot full time, for example. I would love to do this full time and get like paid for it and stuff, and not have to do my 9-to-5 job that I have now. And one of the big reasons is because we get like the company I work for, we get toilet paper and paper towels and Kleenex. Like we get like a bi-monthly, like we get to buy like a case of it for like a discounted price or something. And one of my like motivations, as stupid as this sounds, is I want to buy my own toilet paper from the store rather than from my company, right? It's really stupid, right? But I do want to just buy toilet paper from the store instead, like without like, and not be able like have that option of getting it cheaper from work, like off the table, right? Like I know that sounds really dumb, but that's one of my motivations for going full time on YouTube. Like it's really silly, I know, but I'm not ashamed of that. That's like a goal of mine. And that's how you kind of have to be here. Is like, you may want to quit smoking or drinking or whatever to save up money to buy something really frivolous to other people, but like, don't be ashamed of that. Like, go for it. Like you're getting rid of something negative in your life to get something positive, right? So like, don't be ashamed of that. So, and for an outcome card here, we got Scorpio showing up with the Death card, which is the end of a cycle. So like you're ending something here. And I feel like you're ending an addiction or some sort of negative aspect to your life. You're ending it so you can pursue something you really do want and you're not feeling chained down by something. So that's really awesome, right? And with the co-create card, you're carving your own path. Maybe it doesn't seem like, it seems like, oh, a lot of people get addicted to smoking or drinking or whatever. It's like, how am I any different? Like there's a lot of people that still are or still get hooked to it regardless of all like the warning signs. And it's like, yeah, but you are carving your own unique path. Like you are going through this in your own way. So, and maybe tarot is that way. Maybe tarot is helping you out, get out of this stuff. So I like that. I do really like that. So we'll get you some clarifiers to all this. Like, the reading's good so far. I really like this. But before we go on with your clarifiers, remember that Aquarius, you can leave a like down below. It helps out the channel a lot. You can subscribe so you stay in the loop when I upload new videos. You can hit the bell icon if you haven't already, and that way you get notified when I upload new videos. And you can also share the video as well. That way you get the word out to more people if you feel so inclined. And you can also check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this one to get a full scope of what might be coming for you in the week ahead. So I think we have shuffled this deck enough. So we've got Clarifying the Devil. We've got the Page of Wands, which is very much about like, if you got a spark or an idea, right? You're like, okay, I got this idea. If I just quit smoking, I'll get this with all the money I save. I don't know why I keep harping on smoking. It's just the easiest one, I guess, in my mind. Like, I have a lot of smokers in my family. But this is very much like, you got that sparking idea, go for it. Like, this is like time to gain information on it, right? So start maybe thinking about like, okay, I spend this much on a pack of cigarettes every week, or I buy this many packs or whatever. How much money is that? And how long would I have to stop smoking or at least cut back on it? How long would I save up that money to buy X, Y, or Z, right? So start thinking about that, like, and then you can eventually start taking action on it. So I like that. Clarifying the Six of Pentacles, though, we got the Six of Swords, which is a card of, we're in rocky waters now, but we can see the clear waters. We're moving towards the clear waters where everything's going to settle down and we're going to be fine. We're going to be at peace. It's not going to be rough anymore. And we can finally just kind of relax and chill out a bit. So like I say, like, you might be thinking about quitting smoking or some other addictive habit. And it's like, okay, it's rough right now, but if I just cut this out or start cutting it out, just kind of weaning myself off of it, I'm going to be in a good spot. So I like that a lot. All right. So Clarifying the King of Wands, we got the Four of Pentacles, which is a card of not thinking outside the box, like doing what's safe, doing what kind of everyone else does, right? The Hierophant is very much similar to this, but this is more of like, we don't take risks here, right? Try not to, like, again, if you're thinking about quitting something, do what a lot of people do. A lot of people just kind of wean themselves off slowly and surely, right? Like, as I mentioned before, not a lot of people quit cold turkey. I know I work with a guy that has tried to quit smoking cold turkey. I can't tell you how many times, and he's still smoking cigarettes. He's still smoking, I think, a pack a day. Like, it's just ridiculous. And he wonders why he has no money. And it's like, that's probably why, buddy. If you just kind of took your time and like kind of made sure you weaned yourself off, you'd be all right. So that's what we got there. And again, you're chasing after that stuff. When you're chasing after and going after it boldly and passionately, remember to kind of do it in a nice, calculated way. Don't do anything nuts. But clarifying the Death card, we got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight. He is the slowest moving knight in the deck. It doesn't have to be a guy, but the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving. It's kind of interesting because the Death card has a knight riding a horse as well. So interesting. But maybe some common thread here. I would say that means the change is going to be slow, right? You're maybe not going to quit right away, or it's not going to come as fast as you want it to, but like if you go slowly, you take your time with this, like you are going to get positive results. You're going to get to where you want to go. Like the Knight of Pentacles does not get to where he wants to be as fast as like the other knights do, but he has way less of a hard time than they do because he's moving carefully. He's moving methodically. He's moving as, you know, he's not moving like as slow as possible. He is moving slowly and just kind of getting there when he gets there, right? He's not worried about how fast everyone else is going. It's not a race, you know, the torch in the air. It's like about, he's just putting in the time, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, right? We're going to get 1% better every day. So I like this a lot. This is really awesome, Aquarius. You can do this. Like if this is an addiction you're trying to quit, you can do this. So I like that a lot. I really do, Aquarius. So that's all I got for you this week. Remember, you can leave a like, helps out the channel a lot. You can subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you get notified of when I upload new videos if you haven't already. You can share this video if you feel like. And you can also check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this one, get a full scope of what might be coming for you in the week ahead. And I hope to see you, Aquarius, in the next video.